All right, this is the Conspiracy Broadcasting Network, where I vlog a real life conspiracy that is driven by intelligence design, and the justice system is involved. I have a life that is surrounded by a bunch of handlers, from family members to people in my social circle in general. Everything that I touch, everything that I do, my purchases, those are calculated to have semantical remarks or brand names or comments. Everything that I do regarding process and procedure of my daily activities, specifically things like my utilities or responsibilities that are more administrative and that I take care of through an account, always have some type of subversion associated with them. And so we're going to talk about um, the August 17th through, I think, the 21st. And I didn't realize that my last vlog was August 15th. So I don't really need to go that far back. From the 15th, 2 days later, I begin receiving these um, fraud reservation confirmations to a hotel in Little Rock, Arkansas. So someone has stolen my identity, basically stolen my account, logged on, made reservations. I'm in the deep south. Arkansas is more in the Midwest. So somebody has stolen. This is common too. This has been going on, this whole like stealing and fraud of my emails. That's been going on since high school. I'm 36 right now, and I'm about to be 40, and this is what I'm dealing with. And I'm almost 40 years old. In 4 years, it's hard to believe that I'm going to be 40 years old, and this is what I've been dealing with since I was 18. People going through my emails, okay, and having my emails hacked. Even when I had the Kaspersky and all the other stuff, this is the way they operate. So I have um, a bunch of stuff going on, from one reservation confirmation and then a cancellation. And then it keeps going to, I have a PayPal invoice of $213.20 for, I think it was, what does this say? I think it's some type of like a bracelet. I don't want to misspeak here, but it was like something weird. It was a Bitcoin. There it is. It was a Bitcoin. Start with a B. And then these reservations keep showing up. This reservation was on the 19th. So it started on Sunday, the 17th, and they started inundating heavily the correspondence leading into the 20th. And there's two things that they're trying to do here regarding subversion. And there's other things going on here with the police in Arkansas, where they're trying to call me persistently on the 19th. So let's do it step by step here. On the 17th, I started noticing it, didn't really pay much attention because I go through this so much, and it's with every email. It seems like my main email is what they always target. So I didn't think much of it. I said, I'm just going to document it. Well, all of a sudden, come the 19th, and they do this because they're subverting the fact that they know I have a court hearing on the 20th. And so they're trying to keep you busy and occupy your life like a soap opera, okay, to subvert you and make sure you don't go to court or you miss court, okay? Also on the 19th, where I began to have 5 messages, I circled that. You can see right here, I circled it. So they're using the number 5 lately to always cause some type of reflection about the relationships that you had. You've had like 5 or 6 relationships, and they use this a lot. And we're going to talk about that in the next series, either B or C, where Walmart is using it, and this cyber stalker spammer is using it frequently as well. On the 19th here, you see 532, August 19th. It was a Tuesday. Same thing here. It's a hotel up there in North Little Rock. All of a sudden, I'm inundated with a barrage of these confirmations, and I had to make a payment for my bank account's credit card. Right? If you miss a payment, there goes your credit score and all that other stuff. And so they're always surrounding and timing when it is I'm doing my activities of daily living, and they want to keep me busy. And this is going on from the beginning of the day around, let's see, this was going on early in the afternoon around 7, or excuse me, around 11, and then all the way through the afternoon, back and forth until 5:32. And then this one says 7:29. So they're keeping you for the entire day, literally from noon all the way to, I have on record here, 7:29. They're keeping you occupied. Actually, hold on. I have from 10:56 in the morning all the way to 7:30 at night. Okay, the entire day basically of the 19th, August 19th. They've got me occupied, going back and forth with this correspondence. Okay, about how I recently requested a temporary code in order to complete an account transaction. This is correspondence that was sent to me. How they're going back and forth in confirmation and reservation. And then I get a phone call from the clerk in the afternoon that someone is physically there at this hotel purporting to be me. And I had to go through this whole conversation, and then I had to listen to her tell me that they're purporting to be me. I had multiple stories. First, the clerk told me she's purporting to be me, the person in front of her, states away. Remember, I'm down here in the Deep South. This person's up there in the Midwest. There's somebody physically talking to the clerk purporting to be me. That's exactly what came out of her mouth. She then said, okay, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to address this. I never heard from her again. Okay. She never called me back, never told me nothing. So I had some time on my hands. I said, let me just make a phone call. So then that whole day turned into going back and forth with the police. They want to say that the officer is on their way. And then they're going to have an officer call me again and say, oh, did someone address your concern? And they're going to act like nothing was dispatched. And it's just nonstop subversion. No one knows anything, and they're going to give you multiple stories. So the clerk tells you that there's someone literally purporting to be me. Then the police officer from Little Rock literally physically goes over there and finds out that somebody was purporting to be rooming with me. Okay, so the story changed all of a sudden when the officer was there. The story changed to the person was trying to room with me. That's what they were doing. Okay, and then I get the report done. We go back and forth, back and forth. This is the 19th. And then I get on August 22nd, okay, 20th, 21, 22. You see, 3 days later, they're always playing with the number 3 or 2. 3 days later, on August 22nd, on record, from this guy named Granados from this hotel right here, I get this email where they're trying to now abuse me with the February 19th arrest using semantics. And the message reads as follows. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to provide clarity on this matter. On the evening in question, the individual whose name was on the reservation never arrived to present identification. Without the ability to verify the reservation holder, we could not in good faith or compliance proceed with check-in. During this time, another individual presented herself in an irate and disruptive manner toward our associates. 2 separate guests independently confirmed the disruptive behavior, both noting the distraction and berating directed toward our front desk team. We have zero tolerance for conduct that diminishes the dignity of our staff or the experience of our guests. With no verified guests to honor and in order to uphold the integrity of our operation, we decline to proceed with the reservation. We consider this matter closed. However, should there be additional questions or concerns, I welcome them directly at the property or via email at such and such. And this is the general manager. So now they're playing off of the February 19th, trying to say that there's this disruptive behavior, this irate and disruptive manner, and they're trying to play off of this whole thing, right? And so you have this police officer um, who went to investigate, and they said that they were purporting to be a guest with me. Okay, so there's like multiple stories going on here. I guess you could say maybe there was only two, and another person it looks like was trying to, um, I guess, force their way to a reservation. I don't know what that means, but you see that the dialogue and the narrative is here to paint the picture that because you're under duress and you had some type of mental a problem with your situation, that they're going to send you this. Okay, and they're going to send this to you here in the time that you have to pay credit cards, and here that you have an important court date, and they're going to keep you busy. Okay, and mind you that they kept you busy literally from 10 in the morning all the way to 8 plus, because my phone records will actually indicate that I was still talking to the officer probably until 9 o'clock at night, my time. So the whole day they kept you occupied preceding your court hearing. And this is what's been going on my entire life, where these people will do anything, literally desperados, literally desperado thugs are always there trying to undermine and sabotage any type of scheduled events or scheduled things that you need to be there and you need to be responsible for. And they'll do the same thing in the halls. They'll do the same thing at your workplace, in the hospital. They know maybe you have to be somewhere at a specific time. And so what they'll do is they'll have handlers inside the hallway, and it'll be either an attractive female, or it'll be something like a boss, or it'll be something like a coworker. And these people are exclusively handlers in order to stop and cause some type of disconnect to keep you busy and get you to fuck up. This has been going on for years. It goes on. I have specific examples, specific dates, specific people, and specific times, not for this blog. Okay. So that is what is for blog 114 Alpha. That's what I had to deal with. The police report and the case number have been documented. And there's more, obviously. And for some reason, it looks like I have to call him for a formal report, I guess, to get it from their department, is what he told me. Okay, this officer. All right, so we're going to talk about the court. Looks like the court hearing on August 20th. That's going to be 114 Series Bravo.